So it's actually been a minute since I've made a video basically talking about any old iPhone. Just kidding, this is literally the one thing I talk about. But what I can tell you is that the iPhone 11, in my opinion, is probably the best iPhone you can pick up in 2021, all things considered. When you think about the price, the quality of phone that you're getting, just everything about this phone is such a stand-up device that I really can't think of a reason to go ahead and recommend anything above an iPhone 11 unless you have all the money in the world to spend. If you have all the money, then it really doesn't matter. This video is useless. But I really do think for that $599 price tag brand new, but also less than $500 in the used market, dude, this phone is a no-brainer in so many different ways. First of all, starting off, the iPhone 11 visually still looks about the same as every other iPhone that's been coming out after it, and it looks like the iPhone 13 is still going to maintain that notch for the most part as well. So the iPhone 11 is still here to stay. It's still going to be a really good phone for sure, and there's really nothing old about it. Now, as I mentioned with that price tag, when you're getting a phone of this caliber, really you want to get the best value per dollar. And for a brand new iPhone, you really don't have too many choices. You have either the iPhone SE2, iPhone XR, iPhone 11, and then the newer iPhone 12s. But I really do think that, and with that even being said, the iPhone XR I think is a great phone, but the iPhone 11 is still a bit ahead of that device and is still a better value per dollar. Now, when the iPhone 12s came out, we saw that there was a price increase for that iPhone 11 successor, like the direct successor. The iPhone 12 mini ended up taking that place of the iPhone 11's price tag, but that's not even true because it actually, went up a little bit, like $30 there. So the iPhone 12, the standard one, is actually about $130 more expensive than the predecessor was, which is crazy. So that honestly makes me think that the iPhone 11 is an even better deal for sure. Now, stepping back a little bit more from that, when you look at the screen, when you look at the build quality and everything, there really isn't that big of a difference from an iPhone 11 to the newest iPhone and probably the iPhones coming out after it. The body of this thing still feels extremely premium. You still have wireless charging. You still have a really good back camera as well. I mean, this camera on the back is still so good. You have that wide-angle lens and ultra-wide sensor. I really do wish maybe it did have something a little bit higher, maybe like, a telephoto lens as well. But it's really not that big of a deal. I think the iPhone 11's camera is still very solid. Anytime I took any videos with it or photos or anything like that, especially the times where I was talking about this specific phone on my second channel, I would always have to open up Snapchat and Instagram. Those apps work perfectly fine on this specific iPhone, which I'm really happy to see. On top of that, you have 4K 60 on the front camera as well. And after looking at a bunch of phones this year and even last year, this camera is still untapped. It's such a good camera for sure. And I really do think it's probably still a really good, probably one of the best front cameras on any iPhones, excluding the iPhone 12s. Now, on top of that, software is going to be lasting an insanely long amount of time on this device. You can get this phone today, you can get this phone next year, even the year after that, and it's still going to be getting years of software support. Even though this thing came out in 2019, it's not going anywhere. It's probably going to outlast phones like the Galaxy S21 and all the other phones that from Android that are coming out this year. So it's a very good performing phone in terms of software. The battery life on this phone is still killer as well. It is such a solid performing chipset inside of this thing. It is such a solid performing battery on this thing, and when I saw all the other phones that came out this year, I was kind of shocked to see, basically, to be honest, I was shocked to see how good of a battery life it was. When I got the iPhone 12s and the 12 Pros, the battery life was really bad in the beginning with. It's kind of, evened out since then. But dude, the iPhone 11 has such good battery life and the performance of the iPhone 11 is still extremely good. I compared it to all these other phones, the Galaxy S21s, the OnePlus 8s, the OnePlus 8Ts, even the, iPhone 12s and 12 Pros. The iPhone 11 is still a really good performing phone. It's not that far behind from the standard iPhone 12 Pros or any other iPhone for that matter. And to be honest, day-to-day tasks, you're going to be perfectly fine from something like an iPhone 11 for sure. And for the price tag that it is, dude, I think it's probably not only the best iPhone right now for the price, but it's also just a really, really good iPhone hands down. So that really pretty much covers it up. Like I mentioned before, if you guys want to pick it up, links will be down in the description. You can get it from there and help support the channel at the same time. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys get that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.